show. I know we're a little behind on what we said our 8:30 showtime, but I think these guys are. I think they're worth the wait. What do you think, Justin?
Yeah, for sure. Definitely worth the wait.
Yeah. So you guys on Twitter and on YouTube, you guys are seeing this live. Facebook, you guys will see this probably about 45 minutes to an hour later. So you may be watching it in the morning. But with us today, we've got a lot of the stars from the Corpus Christi Miller Buccaneers. Leading off, we've got quarterback Andrew Body, left tackle Anthony Allen, left guard Joel Gutierrez, center Austin Leavell, right guard Jabriel Joseph, and right tackle John Adiaga. How you boys doing today?
It's not gonna get. It's gonna cut off my head. Doing pretty good.
Great.
So you guys they're just getting out of practice, right? You guys actually practice in the afternoons. A lot of the schools that we've been talking to lately, all these kids, they practice in the mornings. How was your practice day today? How'd everything go?
Smooth.
It's pretty easy today.
So everybody hears the same stuff about Miller. High potent offense, right? These guys like to put up points. What we wanted to show everybody today was where the people behind that. Obviously, Andrew's a household name here in the Coastal Bend, but some of the big nasty guys up front that nobody really gets to hear about that help you get your name in the paper every week and get your name around the state are these five up here. Am I right?
For sure.
So you guys, a lot of you guys are new, but we got a couple guys here, Austin and Jabriel. You guys and Andrew, you guys have all started pretty much since y'all got to Miller, right?
Yes, sir.
Austin, you got like what, 42 consecutive starts, something like that, 42, 43 consecutive starts?
Yes, sir. Since day one.
Day one. Jabriel, you're not too far behind, right?
On that note, like I came here my sophomore year and I was playing defense, so I didn't really start. So, but I guess you can. I don't know. The lineup is weird. So.
Hey, what do you like better, Jabriel? Offense or defense?
Offensive line better.
What they have you playing on defense? Nose guard?
Yeah.
And then we got a couple of the new guys, right? Anthony, you got over there this year. This is your first year there, right?
Yes, sir.
You were at John Paul last year, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
And John, you're a senior? Sophomore?
Yes, sir.
Junior? You're a senior. So this is your first year starting?
Yep.
And Joel, what class are you?
I'm a junior right now.
You're a junior, first year starting?
Yes, sir.
So what's it like, guys? What's it like to block for this household name of the Coastal Bend here?
It feels good.
Yeah, it's good that you know that you're blocking for a good QB.
Justin, Justin's an ex-offensive lineman, right? He's a GP guy, GP grad by trade. I'm sure he's got a lot of questions for you guys there on the front.
I made the transition like Austin did my senior year, but I didn't go from guard to center. I went from left tackle to center because I lost a lot of weight and I couldn't play left tackle anymore in 5A. But what was that like for you, Austin, transitioning over to center?
I mean, at first it was challenging. Like at the beginning of the year, I struggled a lot. Like it was just like hard for me to get the snap and then bring my second step and stuff. But like now it's like real smooth and easy. I think I got the hang of it a lot.
What about that first game, snapping the ball? Was that a little nerve-wracking for you?
Yeah, it was horrible. I didn't like it at all.
Hey, my first one I put on the ground. And
I ain't get snaps. I put a few on the ground.
Yeah, I never had a bad snap after that, but I put the first one on the ground. I would do real good in practice with it, and then that very first one, I will remember that still this day. It was nerve-wracking as shit, and I put the first one on the ground, and then I was like, man, and I kind of calmed down. But people don't realize how hard that position is because, you know, you're the first one to touch the ball, and if you mess it up, the play
yeah, it's on you. Yeah,
it's on you. And then you got to be fast, too, because you're normally getting a linebacker or you're getting at least a big, nasty nose that's on top of you. So that's a hard position to play, especially coming from tackle. Guard, I don't know how y'all used to do it. We pulled a lot. So,
I mean, it was just different for me because my get-off, like, I'm used to playing guard. I could just come off the ball. But now I had to snap the ball away, be patient, then, like, come off the ball.
What about you, Jabriel? You're pretty big for a guard. I thought you'd be a tackle.
No. I that's fast, but
Yeah, the athlete.
I said,
Too fast.
but last year was my first year playing guard, and it was like for the first couple games it was kind of challenging. I'm coming from defense, you know, like coming into this year, it's gotten a lot simpler.
Hey, I got to interrupt your offensive line question. Andrew, what are you watching back there, man? You watch American Idol or something? America's Got Talent? What are you watching back there?
Voice.
Oh, it's The Voice? That's Spud knows. Yeah, look, he's trying to play it off. What are we watching?
He's in his mom's room.
Oh.
So I'm going to ask you guys a kind of all you guys questions, right? So as you guys know, you guys grew up. Most of you guys grew up in Corpus, right? And you guys know the history, and I'm pretty sure you guys have heard the history of Roy Miller High School, you know, and you know hasn't really been consistent at winning, right? They have a few good years here and there, and then there's a dead period, and then they come back, win a few games, and then another dead period. But with essentially you guys there, you know, you guys have put out a constant product of winning. You know, what is that like for you guys to come in, knowing the situation, what it's like? And Austin, Andrew, you guys got there when Coach Evans' first year, right? And the year before, they really didn't do very well. You know, well, so what's that like to build a program like that from inside?
You just gotta trust the process, honestly. Hard work. Sometimes you gotta really be. You gotta trust the process for real.
I feel like that was pretty dope. Like just coming into a program and like we basically like turned the whole thing around. Like from being 3-27 in 3 years to like having 3 years consecutively a winning season. I feel like that's pretty dope.
You know, your freshman year, and a lot of folks won't remember this, but Austin and Andrew, y'all's freshman year there, man, y'all started the season 4-0, right?
Yeah.
Right.
And then, man, y'all sold out. Remember that the big talk was selling out Buck Stadium for that Moody and Miller game, right? Because both of you guys were both 4-0. And, you know, what was that like, that build up that first year? You're like, man, look at this new head coach, new offense, and this big build up that first year.
You couldn't tell us nothing. On top.
Hey,
For
I ain't
real.
even gonna lie to you.
For real though.
The funny thing about that game, I ain't even play
You didn't even play?
Yeah, Bobby was on the bench.
at all.
At
What
all?
Burger just
He
bench.
was on the bench.
Well, I don't think you started coming in until about midway through the season, right?
Right.
About towards the end when they, you know, what they decided, you know what, this kid he's probably our future. We're going to start getting his feet wet. I
Yes,
think
sir.
is how that shaked out, didn't it?
Who was the starter prior?
It was Vasquez.
Okay.
He was the senior that year.
Okay.
What was it that you think Coach Evans did differently when he came in? Because I mean, y'all CCISD, y'all are in like middle schools, right? And then y'all get branched out. And high school. What did the high school coaches that you're going to go to? Do they get a little bit of a kind of get their hands on y'all when y'all are in junior high, or do you don't no interaction until you get to freshman?
The coach I was supposed to go to. He signed off on me. He didn't even know who I was, so it wasn't really like a big deal.
What do you think Coach Evans did differently to help turn that program around? Is it the kids, or is it the kids mixed in with the mentality?
I think his mentality.
That's what I think too, is the mentality that Coach Evans brings.
For sure.
So now, you know, going back to that, right? So we know what it was kind of like, what it was like in the inside, and what it felt like bringing it up. Now, Anthony, John,
Yes, sir.
Joel, are you guys in the Miller district, or did you guys come from another area, another school?
Well, I'm in the Miller district.
Okay.
I live in the Miller district now.
So what other than winning, right? What made you guys decide, hey, you know what? I want to wear the purple. You know what did you guys see? Because like
It was just like the legacy of
They
it,
hopped on the wave.
the bandwagon. The legacy is just different. That you hear about like all these different stories about Miller Bucks is like when they won the state champions. It's just different because all the old heads talk about it all the time.
And
Are
what?
you a junior this year, Anthony, or is this your senior year?
No, I'm a junior this year.
You're a junior.
You got another year of this.
Yes, sir.
John, you've been in Miller your whole life, right?
Yes, sir.
What's that like for you, man? Watching your Bucks as you grew up.
Man, it was amazing.
Build.
Remember the first year, I think I was in 8th grade year, Miller was doing bad. And then after that, Coach Evans came and just put to the bottom and they went undefeated. Now we just keep going up.
So last year, man, y'all had a season for the books last year, right? Man, almost sold out games there at Buck Stadium against veterans. You know, you guys went 3 rounds in the playoff. Or was it 4?
It was 3.
It was 3 rounds with the rematch with veterans, right? So this year, you know, you've had a few struggles this year, right? So what's the season been like for you guys? You know, coming off of last year and rolling into this year with the expectations that were not just placed on you guys yourselves, but externally, right? Because I know Justin and I, we're very big on the hype machine with you guys, right?
I've probably made more Miller games than any other games probably in the last 2 years since doing this. So I'm pretty familiar with it.
So what's this season been like for you guys?
It's been pretty great, honestly.
What was that?
I said it's been good besides like the losses.
And then that's something a lot of you guys, when we talked about it already, Austin, Andrew, you guys have been there for a while. You guys are used to losing. Not used to it, but you've experienced it a lot more than some.
I just think it shows true colors when you lose. It shows who's really bounced back from adversity and stuff like that. Because it shows like who really wants it, or who's just like a bandwagon, who's just there for the hype. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Y'all can hear me?
Yeah, we hear you now.
I feel like this year, just because like an off season had like that was a big factor for us, just because we're losing so many seniors from last year. So like,
oh, we lost you, Andrew.
Maybe you are horrible.
So yeah, he brought up a good point, right? You guys lost a lot of seniors,
Yeah.
right? Your whole defensive backfield, a lot of guys on the outside. Ralph, y'all lost Clay. Who else did they lose? Justin.
We lost our offensive lineman.
Yeah.
We lost our center, the left
Moya.
tackle, and the right tackle.
Moya, right? Or Zeke?
Yeah, Moya too. A lot of people on defense.
And then you add that to, and I think Andrew might have said it before we lost him, was you had no off season.
Yeah,
right?
really struggling. Yes,
So
sir.
COVID, you lost your off season because of COVID, right? I mean, and you guys weren't the only ones, but you guys were replacing a lot.
right.
We hear you now, Andrew. Go pick up where you left off.
Oh, okay. I was just saying, like, so, like, basically, like, compared to last season, where we had our receivers wise and offensive wise, we really had seniors and juniors. But, like, for receivers, for instance, we had 3 seniors and a junior. And on the line, we had 3 seniors and 2 juniors. Now, this year, we got 2 sophomores, a freshman, a senior, 2 seniors, 2 juniors. And like we're just really young now.
I think a
Tell you
lot of
what.
people realize that about this team is how young they are.
No.
Just because
I tell you what.
Andrew's headlining it again, right? It's his senior season. They don't realize how young they are. I think, to me, the biggest, I guess, underlooked for most outside people was Lonnie. Lonnie has been, he's blown me away, and that's because I asked Coach Chavez before the season, hey, who should we look out for other than just Andrew and, Austin up front? Anthony was one of the ones Coach Evans pointed out to me at the scrimmage with PM, and then they said just keep in mind Lonnie. Lonnie. I can't say his last name, but they just kept saying it. And Lonnie has been to me the little star.
He the truth.
Yeah.
But if y'all remember last year against Highlands, he didn't really get to play a lot last year. But the first play he got in, we threw him a go, and he caught it one-handed.
Lonnie's built different, right?
Yeah, for sure. Sure.
And then Greenwood too. Greenwood's new, but I like watching Greenwood. Hey, be real with me. What's he weigh on the scale?
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. We're here. Somebody say
What's
that?
35.
Yeah, he's like a good 240.
He like 220.
They tried to sign off at 215 on him.
Yeah, they said, "Oh, my boy's 215." I'm like, I don't know about that, man.
He's 220.
This ain't Pop Warner, man. We don't have to lie about weights here.
He about one talk away from his hand in the dirt.
I'm about to say the same thing.
Yeah.
Oh man. Speaking of, so talking about big boy, maybe you don't need that big boy package y'all had last year because y'all got Greenwood back there, but we hadn't seen any big men back in the backfield this season. We saw it. Was it last year?
I want to see Jabriel run the ball.
That's what.
Or Bisbee. I want to see Bisbee run the ball.
That's what I'm telling you. Y'all better be careful.
I played with Bisbee's older brother. Whenever he was a freshman.
He the truth.
Man.
Devin was a freshman when I was a senior, and we brought him up for right towards the end of the year to play fullback, and he was on another level then, and then the 3 years after that, he just went crazy.
Man, you so right.
Boy, they looked the exact same too. Fitting into each other.
Hey, so so coming from your junior highs, right? You guys got different feeder schools, like what Justin said earlier, right? And I actually like what y'all are doing this year, what y'all started this offseason, to where you're kind of making people want to come, right? Instead of, because it's a school of choice almost in CCISD. The transfer policies are very relaxed. You can live on Mars and then go to whatever school you want out there. Seems like, but now, what are you hearing? Because you guys got fans all across now, from K through 8 now, right? All across the city, right? What are you hearing from these younger cats? Hey, I want to be a Buck. I want to go to Miller.
I hear that from like a lot of kids. Like, y'all hear me?
You froze. We're kind of losing. There you go.
I'm good now.
Yeah. Well, you're frozen, but I can
hear it from like a lot of kids. Like, they'll text me like on Instagram or something, or like on Snap. They'll be like, "Man, I see y'all working out there. I can't wait to put on that purple and gold." So like, it kind of encourages us. I know it encourages my O-line that they do for me. So it's like, when they tell me that, it just shows that their hard work paid off.
Yeah, created the wave.
Yeah, for sure.
For real.
So how's that? Now you're talking about you're building it. What, in your opinion, all y'all, what do you think y'all need to sustain it? You guys are seniors. 3 of you guys are seniors, right? So what do you expect from Anthony, Joel, and these other young cats that are coming up that are playing right now,
I feel like the key factor for that is just gonna be like stepping up wise, like, because all of us are seniors and like we really taking the leadership type role. So if they step up and just do what they got to do, I think they'll be perfectly fine, because they're gonna be in good hands.
Yeah, next year they should still be solid team.
They're gonna be dominant for sure.
Oh, you got a good understudy there.
I'm about to say,
Andrew.
Yes, sir.
Man, y'all, we were talking about it. We call y'all's games for Real Sports. We've been calling them, and because y'all got such the head start on CCISD, it seems like all we were covering were Miller games, and it's one of the first things that we saw with Jaden is that, man, y'all are almost built identically as freshmen, man.
You can ask everybody in the locker room. They'll be
That's
like,
AB Junior.
Little body.
Yeah, little body.
Yeah, that's little AB.
Does he stick to you right by your side? Does he follow you around everywhere?
Yeah, he wearing the same color do-rag his body.
He gets his
Oh,
hair
man.
braided like him and everything.
He was probably right there on your couch watching that show, right?
He be wearing his cleats and everything.
He's on the couch.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah.
He's doing his homework.
That's what
Hey, so are all you guys, you know, kind of, he just saw Spud said homework. I'm going to kind of shift the conversation a little bit. So are y'all back at school yet? Are y'all face to face? Are you guys still doing some virtual stuff? How are you guys
I'm
doing?
virtual.
You're still
I'm virtual.
I'm face to face right now.
and like oh yeah.
They just finished a real nice part of the front of y'all school, didn't they? That's new.
Yeah, they just finished it.
That looked good. I saw they're not on social. It looked real good.
So how y'all digging the so how is that, right? So some of y'all are in class, some of y'all aren't, practices and whatnot. I mean, how are you guys digging it?
It's different for sure.
Yeah, it's different. It's not like
Yeah, it's really different.
it's not the same.
Unique, unique.
And because they talking about we got practice at 4:15, and some people at home, they got to get there all the way from wherever they live.
Yeah. So, like right now, you know, you guys have kind of hit on it a little bit, and you guys know what it takes to be successful and to keep the program going and to keep the success alive. You know, with these couple of stumbling blocks this year, you know, what do you guys feel helped y'all get through that? Because honestly, you know, y'all dropped a game early in the season that y'all probably shouldn't have dropped. A couple, actually, right? And you know, losses like that can man tear a team apart.
I feel like our coaches helped us a lot, and that our brotherhood kept us up instead of falling.
Yeah.
Jabriel, you're on mute again.
So, like, I know, especially for the offensive line, like for us, like what kept us together is Coach Leonard and us knowing each other, and like us, we always talking, we always yelling at each other at practice. So it's just
Coach Leonard is definitely tough on us because he won't let us settle for good. He wants us to be great. Like each and every one of us, he wants us to be great, like the best as we can.
Like when he preaches a lot, he likes to put the game on us. He basically says that if we lose, it's our fault because we made a mistake.
Yeah.
Like when we play Cal Allen, we're about to score and I fumble the snap, the turnover. So he blamed that I lost on us. Like it was me, my mistake.
It was 3rd and 15, and I missed my block, and they made a tackle, so it was my fault. So we lost the game because of me.
Yeah, he preaches like a lot. Like the game's on us. Like we gotta put it on our back.
So accountability, essentially, you guys hold each other.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I was gonna say. So like basically it's like us and our bond is just like carrying us through this whole wave. Like basically, so like adversity gonna hit, but as long as we stick together, we gonna be fine. And that's what our coaches were preaching. Like we don't need anybody else like outside the circle in here but us. Like everybody on our team and our coaching staff. That's all we need. Like forward.
You know, you taking 3 losses this year, right? Obviously, a long ways from the 10-0 y'all were last year, right? Y'all went 10-0 in the regular season and got the district championship. And, you know, I think some people may think of that as like a letdown or whatnot, but I've talked to Jacob many of times. I've watched y'all since. I watched you since sophomore year when y'all upset Flower Bluff, which I picked against you. But you can ask him. I had picked you on the week, and I went on the air and I picked them. And I got told by Coach Evans immediately after the game that he said, "You picked against us, right?" I ain't picked against y'all since. But, you know, if you look at these games, I realistically think you should have won Cal Allen. I think the Rockport game, they called an outstanding game against y'all. They really did. And then this Port Lavaca game, I didn't get to see it because we were tied up on something else. I mean, you hung in there with a team that essentially is top 5 in state and beat a very good El Campo team. So, I mean, 3 losses is obviously some people look at that as like a disappointment. But, you know, when you really look at the grand scheme of things, it only counts in playoffs. So as long as you make it to the playoffs, I mean, you still got a lot of stuff to work with here, you know.
Yeah.
honestly and truthfully though, like all the schools that we played, they're all good and all, but like honestly and truthfully, we should really be 8-0 right now. Like every
Nobody
game
like for real, nobody's better than us.
Yeah. I feel like we just make the small mistakes. That's what matters at this point.
It gets us.
Exactly.
Hey,
Because
it's
the
hard to
Carolina
be
game, we up 21-0. You believe
And we let off the gas.
Yeah, we didn't finish.
Yeah,
Best game,
people
best
hadn't
game
even,
as well.
people hadn't even been
Best
sitting
game.
down. People hadn't even sat down yet from the Callan side. Y'all were already up 20 points.
Yeah,
You know, it was
best game as
and-
well. It's 21-7. Before I
We
was
should have finished.
we let up.
Yeah,
What do you
that's-
feel like in that Caroline game? What do you think you let up on? You think you should have kept on the ball?
I feel like what happened was, as an offense, we had 3 turnovers in the red zone. Like,
Yeah, we had too many.
and they capitalized.
Too.
And
Like
they scored on every one of those turnovers.
What was it like playing Cal Allen? That was the first time you ever played Cal Allen.
Honestly,
I thought they were gonna be way better.
Yeah, it definitely wasn't. as good.
it wasn't doing nothing.
Oh, this
Yeah.
one's gonna take up. This one's gonna get a lot of comments, dude. Yeah.
Is what it is, right?
Like if we see them in the playoffs, it's up.
oh,
It
It's
definitely,
up for real.
definitely.
What about
Hey,
Port
but, hey,
Lavaca?
don't-
How do you feel about playing against Port Lavaca? What was that like for you?
Fort Lavaca is better than
It's up.
Yeah, they're better than Cal Allen.
Yeah.
It's
Hey,
up
that
for them
that
too,
defensive
though.
line's tough, right? From Port Lavaca.
Nah.
No.
I haven't seen him, but I figured they'd be pretty big.
Nah.
Nah.
It's just they just bring the house. They just blitz.
They sound
Yeah,
like
they
crazy
blitz all
blitzes.
day.
Yeah, that's all they do is blitz.
So what was? Let's talk. You know what? You brought it up. Let's talk about that game, man. 76 points, right?
I mean, what I told my guys, like offensive line, like I told them myself, let's not be the reason why we lose.
Yeah, it's not for the. Yeah, that's
I
what he
told
kept
myself, let's not be
saying.
the reason.
But man,
So we
y'all,
were-
that was that, and you know we've talked about it, Justin. Justin and I have talked about it before, but we hadn't seen it to where these games, a game against Port Lavaca or a game against Cal Allen can turn into a track meet, right?
Yeah.
Because of Port Lavaca, especially not so much Cal Allen. Cal Allen's they got a big play here and there on offense, but
They're more methodical.
yeah, but Port Lavaca can break it on any play with the guys they have back there in the backfield. Connor Kessler last year and Steve Johnson. Now it's Jarius Stewart this year and Steve Johnson and we
There were
saw
some dudes.
yeah we saw it in the playoffs last year where you think Cal Allen always gets in the problem against a team that throws and they get behind, right? Because it's no secret Cal Allen can't throw, right? And they not to win a ball game. Right, they can throw to move a chain here and there, but they can't throw and they can't keep up with a team like you guys who runs an offense like y'all's, a spread offense that scores very fast. We saw that with Bernie Champion last year, and a couple of years before with Kerrville Tivy. But Port Lavaca is a whole different animal, right? It's almost as if they run a wide open offense because they score so fast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I give Port Lavaca their kudos though, because like the fact that they just run the ball and they're just as electrifying offense, like
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
That's impressive.
They're a good team.
Yeah, they're good.
I've
They
never
just
seen nobody run
That's
the
a
ball and
tough
score
place.
that many points. They only ran the ball.
That's
Yeah.
a tough place to go in, and that's a tough place to go in and get a win. And I know, and I'll hit on this subject in a little bit, but the atmosphere there normally, when they pack that stadium, they put half their fans on the visitor side, and it's almost shaped like a little small bowl. And that's a hard environment to go and win. And that's the only thing this year for me that kind of just has really not killed the season, but just been a drag, man, is the atmosphere that you normally would.
I think that us too, for our home games, we used to a lot of crowd, it be stupid packed. It'd be dead. Like our first game was dead.
Yeah,
sure.
it was
Our
weird,
first
man.
game was dead.
How do y'all? Yeah, what's that been like playing with almost half empty stadium? I mean that stadium's huge, so
it's normal.
It reminds me a lot of my freshman year. They just let you know that people were like not true fans. They with the hype too.
Yeah, it's normal to me because when I left John Paul, like at John Paul, there was maybe like 150 people there. It was such a small Catholic school, so it wasn't that many people. So like going to Miller, it's still a lot of people to me, but now I'm used to it, so it doesn't seem like it's a lot.
Yeah.
Well, heck, that first game they had people standing out there. What 3 o'clock, Jacob, trying to get in?
Well, I got there at 5. I think I got there at 4:30, 5 o'clock, and there was already a line there. And they said they'd been there since like 2, because of the ticket. Y'all's games would be sold out. I mean, I have if it wasn't for these restrictions, I think those stands would be packed every week. It's just very weird, man. Especially in a stadium that big.
What was last year's parade like for y'all? We never got a chance to ask y'all about that. What was last year's parade like for y'all?
Different, crazy. I ain't never been a part of nothing like that. Yeah, it was live. See all the fans there. It was up for real.
So, what do you? And it's kind of shifting gears here a little bit. So we've kind of talked about the aspects of what you guys do and how y'all are putting everything together and what being there means to you guys. But just to kind of ask something silly, what do you guys do to prep for a game? What's your pregame stuff? We've talked
a lot of sled work. For like the O-line, it's a lot of sled work.
Yeah.
Are you talking about during the week or pregame?
No, I'm talking about right before kickoff, man.
Last year they let us in the locker room. They won't let us in there this year. So,
Oh man,
COVID.
I just be chilling, sitting down.
Nah, Coach Evans, he got
a lot of music going on in it. A lot of music being played. It's a lot.
Yep.
Yeah, a lot.
Yeah, we be lit.
I showed you the videos last year I had of them.
Yeah, Andrew, we know we know you. I mean, you had an appointment today, right? That you got your pregame hair ritual, right? You do that the night before every game. You guys play tomorrow night, right? You guys are playing Thursday night. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, makes sense. You're getting your hair done the day before the game. Oh, we lost him. He's not going to answer. Oh.
Hello.
Yeah, we got you.
Yeah, actually, I was kind of late to my appointment, so I had to push it back to tomorrow morning.
Oh, okay.
Where's the game tomorrow night? Where's it at?
It's home.
So here.
Yeah, and this time you guys will be the home game. So you guys are just tuning in. They're playing Tolosa Midway, who it's a second game they've played against them this year, regular season game. But because of COVID, last minute scheduling stuff, they actually played a district competitor twice. First game they played wasn't considered a district game, and you guys were the visiting team, right? Because
No, we were home.
oh, were you guys the home team? So you guys will be the visiting team this week?
No, we're the home team this week too.
Oh, okay. So yeah, a little matchup there, and what do you guys think about that? Right. So TM, you guys saw them in district last year. Now TM battling for a playoff spot.
I feel like TM they play hard, so like I feel like they have a chip on their shoulder that way. Like they always gonna play hard and they're not gonna give up. But like our coach said, it's always hard to beat a team a second time. So we just got to go in this game locked in, like not let them play.
Yeah.
What about food wise? What do y'all do before the game for food? I know y'all get fed.
Yeah, we'll get like pasta or something.
I eat breakfast tacos.
Oh yeah, every day before practice, he's always eating a taco. Him and Joel.
In the morning or in the afternoon?
Afternoon.
No, in the afternoon, right before practice, and right before the game.
Damn, that's hard. That's hardcore, dude. You're eating breakfast tacos at dinner time. Hard, dude. Eggs. That'll mix well, dude.
That's a different one, right?
Yeah, dude. That's different. That's definitely different, man. So what is something that you guys when Annie Rice was following y'all around last year, she talked about the coaches' rituals and the fish sandwiches and all that stuff. I mean, is there something that you guys have to do, or it's something you feel like something? Are you guys superstitious? I guess something you guys feel like you have to do, or something's not going to go right?
No.
Like last year.
No, I don't think so. Well, we had to keep everything the same. Like the warm-ups and everything has to be the exact same.
I mean, something like what I do, like, because we come out with the second group, and I always break us down. I send my little breakdown to them. And then we break out to as a team.
Yeah.
Like I go out with first group with the long snappers, so I line up on the same number every time. It's just like different things that you have to do because you feel like if you don't do something, you're not gonna play good.
Hey, is Joel always this quiet? Like, is he this
No.
quiet and stuff?
No, he's not that quiet. Yeah, he's always messing around us.
Big fridge.
Make free
Who's
agents.
for the pregame warm-ups.
What do I do before pregame?
Yeah, what do you do?
Yeah, where'd you do it?
Man, I'll just be chilling. Like, if the music's if everybody's turned out, I'll just be like sitting in the chair. I don't really do nothing. I'll just be focused.
He'll be in the back.
He just nods his head.
I'm like,
Nod his head, yeah.
I'm focused for the game. I don't do all that.
I don't know, man. I think there's more to it. Hey, so I got a question. I saw a question on Facebook. I'm not gonna say who asked it, but I'm gonna ask it anyway. So are you guys, when you put something hot in your mouth and it's too hot, are you the type of person that's like, ha, it's hot, or do you just swallow it and spit, or you spit it out? Which type of guy are y'all?
He knows. He knows.
I gotta get the air in that joint to cool it down. Like,
I want to know where the chicken strip was from. That's what I want to know.
Hey man, we ain't giving no free publicity on here, man. We ain't giving no free publicity, man. You can tell us offline, but we ain't giving none of that free stuff out.
Damn.
So I don't know if you guys saw this. I know it's late, man, but I just saw a tweet earlier. San Antonio Cornerstone is looking for games in November. You know, how would you have liked to face a team like that this season?
I mean, I would like to play a team that we know we're not supposed to win. And just let you know where we compete at. Like,
Yeah.
Competition-wise, because I love to compete.
Because when we played Cat Island, they were supposed to blow us out of the water, but they didn't blow us out of the water.
Yeah.
Because they said their defense was going to hold us 14 points, but no one's ever held us to 14 points before. So who's going to stop us now?
Was that the talk? Was that the under the table talk?
Now they put it on social media that they're going to hold us on 14 points.
And we're going to be able to run the ball on them. And just,
Yeah. They said they're going to stop the whole line from blocking. We weren't going to get no run yards or nothing.
So essentially, I want to play them again in the playoffs, don't y'all?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, definitely.
Hey, how do y'all feel about not having Flower Bluff on the schedule this year? Did y'all miss that one since y'all lost that game, or lost it on the schedule? Weren't y'all supposed to play them before COVID?
I don't think so.
I don't even know.
Oh no.
Nah, that would have been cool though.
Yeah.
Play them again.
Yeah.
Every time I play them, it's always a good game.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we saw the last two.
Yeah, it's always a good game.
Well, they're always a respectable team. They never really, in my opinion, really chirp at people. They just play a good, clean game, and it's always competitive.
I feel like most of them are humble.
They got a good coaching crew over there that keeps them pretty grounded, even though they're one of the best crews around.
They're very disciplined too.
Yeah, they're real sound.
Yeah, they're humble. I feel like they're very humble.
For sure.
Well, man, y'all got anything else y'all want to talk about? We're running short on time. I know you guys got the day to start tomorrow and stuff like that. So,
What do you want to talk about, buddy?
You guys got anything to ask us?
When did you start getting into this? Like,
Man,
started it.
So, Justin and I, we work together. We work at one of the plants out here in town, and
Okay.
we get some pretty slow nights out there sometimes. So we just talk, right? And we found ourselves talking about high school football a lot, and another guy, Mark Flores, who's a Refugio guy, and Mark's on an opposite shift from us, so we really couldn't work anything out with him. But we just said, hey man, let's start a podcast, man, because we feel like. What we felt like is that, we got kids down here that can play ball. We don't believe that the talent drops off in San Antonio, that south of San Antonio, that there's no more talent, right? That's where the line is. And what we wanted to do is we wanted to start this and put the spotlight on guys like y'all, man, on you guys, that you guys can play out here and that you guys can make some noise. And a lot of you guys can play football at the next level, right? Because we feel like we said, man, people don't look past San Antonio, and that's a fact. That's not something we're making up, right? I'm sure you guys have all heard it as well.
Andrew and Austin probably experienced it the most so far, for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, that's why it's always like real important for us, like to go deep in the playoffs and make some noise, to beat teams that we know we're not supposed to beat. Like,
Yeah,
that was a goal last year. Like,
and it doesn't hurt when you have a guy who throws for 11,000 career yards right here, right? That definitely doesn't hurt, man. I mean, because
I'm gonna tell y'all a story real quick.
all right, man.
My freshman year, look. My freshman year. I think body's cold now. My freshman year, first time he got in, Carroll game, where they were neck and neck. They stripped the ball from him. I almost take it to the house for his first snap. Stripped the ball from him.
You came a long way from that, right?
Come a long way, pal.
Yeah.
So, hey, one of the things, talking about that, one of the things that we noticed this year is, man, you're running with the ball a whole lot more than we've seen you run in the past. Are those designs, or are you improvising on those?
Nah, I feel like that's my O-line, man. Austin Leavell always talking about, man, quit looking like a pro stuff. So they're gonna take on that dude.
So, and this is gonna be kind of a general question, right? But it's more towards you, Andrew. So, you've thrown for over 11,000 yards in your career, and you still got a few more games to go, right? I think you're in number 11th now, all-time career passing yards in the state. How does that make you feel? How does that make you guys feel? That you guys help Andrew eclipse 11,000 yards, and you guys still got some games to go.
Honor to block for him, man. It's an honor to block for him.
That's my dog. That's my dog.
I feel like that's just like, it's really God. Like, he just put us in this position, and like, he blessed me all 4 of my years with like an amazing offensive line to block for me, really. Like, because for example, let's just say if I ain't had them, we wouldn't know how many yards I would throw for.
The receivers too, though.
You got some good receivers to come through there as well. I think Bubba and Adrian's older brother. And you had Clay.
That too. I've been with some dogs at receivers.
Cassius, Ralphie,
Ralph.
My freshman year, I had Laz. I had Bubba. My sophomore year, I had Ralph, Cash, Adrian, Bubba. My junior year, I had Ralph, Cash, and Adrian. Now this year, I got Lonnie, Adrian, Donovan, Terrell, Damari, and Jaden. I got a lot of younger guys this year, though.
What did y'all think about playing in the dome last year? I didn't get a chance to ask that one earlier.
That was a great experience.
Cool, wasn't it?
And we blew them out, so it was even better.
It's cool in the dome. I got to play there 3 times, and that's an unreal experience.
Oh, it's dope to play when there ain't no elements, especially for a team like us.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
People don't realize how different it is.
You were talking about how y'all given some games away this year, but man, the last couple of years y'all have almost given some away, and just, man, cold elements, right? The first Vets game last year. I missed probably the first quarter. I almost got bit by a dog trying to find parking out there that game because I got there late. But when I got in the stadium, y'all were down, what, 20? Was it 20-0? 21-0?
Yeah, 23-0.
Yeah. And man, y'all lit the world on fire that game, man. Y'all came back and y'all won it. And that was in the elements, right? So a lot of folks say these teams like y'all finesse teams, right? Can't play in the elements, but you guys proved it in that game because it wasn't warm. It was cold as heck. It was windy, and
second game around too, they put up good numbers, and that was to me that was almost like today, weather like today, just with a little bit of that more dew and dampness in the air. The second game around on Saturday, that was one of my favorite games to be at. Just the elements and the crowd and all that. I mean, they put up numbers out in the elements for the Vaco game.
Yeah.
What was the most memorable game for y'all over y'all's career so far? Out of all the games y'all played and been a part of, especially Austin and Andrew, y'all been around for a while now.
A lot of bluff games, both of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, both of those games.
Really?
But my junior year was probably the best.
Yeah, that junior, that game was tough.
Junior.
Were you at that one, Jacob?
I think so. Maybe.
That was
I don't know.
right before the Vets game, the first Vets game.
I don't remember, man.
They came back. Y'all came back in that one too.
Yeah, we were down by like a touchdown, I think, or 14-0, something like that.
Yeah,
But it was just a defense playing lights out.
that was when y'all first brought out the black jerseys, right?
Yeah.
What's the favorite jersey combo?
Me, the black and purple.
The black and
Yeah.
purple.
Definitely black and purple.
They don't let us wear black no more though.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, we were going to start a petition to get y'all a new jersey. You know, last year, you know, Coach Evans was going with that. We the North, we the North. How sick would it be to have those purple jerseys saying the North across the front?
It'd be tough.
Yeah.
That's
So
right.
if you guys are listening, if anybody's listening that makes those decisions, the North. And I had another question. I had a question I forgot, Justin. It was based off. It was something going off of what you asked. I can't remember what I was going to ask. I don't know, man. Guys, we appreciate the time you guys have taken, man. I know y'all are busy. It's late. We're going on 9:30 now. But man, we've enjoyed watching y'all play the last 3 years, man. We kind of got on this game late. Like I said, we started about 2018 with this whole thing, and you know, trying to catch as many games as we can. But man, you guys have been fun to watch these last couple of years, man. We hope you guys go very far in the playoffs to keep it going.
I think I was hurt more last year in the playoffs on that loss to Vets than some of their own fans, because I mean we followed y'all's program pretty hard last year.
That's the game we should have won.
Kind of attached to that whole system and all. That was a tough L for me to take. I know I was upset. And that's not taking us away from Vets. I have to stay kind of middle of the ground, but we were around so much last year. Heck, in this year.
You know, folks, you know, and y'all know this, but folks in the community love y'all, man. I mean, we latched on to Miller pretty quick because one, Coach Evans, you know, pretty much gave us all access, right? Whatever we wanted, he kind of gave it to us, whatever, if he could, right? And the other half of it is, man, we got fans, we got parents, we got all kinds of people from that school that reach out to us all the time. Hey, man, you know, these guys, watch out for these guys. Look at this kid here. Look at this kid here. You know, man, I mean, it's like it's almost information overload with the information we get back on you guys, man. So that's why, and people may say we've got a Miller bias and things like that. It's not that we do. It's just that, you know, you guys
More
got,
interaction from the
you guys
fans.
got some passionate fans over there, man.
And Coach Evans has kept it. He's kept it 100 since day one. Ever since I voted again, I picked against him. So,
Yeah.
hey, there's another big fan in the background, but we won't say no names. Austin knows.
Yeah, Austin knows what's up. But guys, again, man.
Hey, this is one thing I like to do. Go across the room, or any because this was part of the thing that Jacob was hitting on about why we started the podcast or the show, the podcast that's now turned into the Zoom video shows. Is to spotlight y'all and future, you know, coaches that may look at y'all for the next level. What is something? We'll start with Anthony and we'll go all the way down and end with Andrew. Something
Yeah, Joel, you're gonna have to talk,
out
Joel.
there about yourself.
Yeah.
You'd like a coach or someone to know about you. What's the type of person they're gonna get?
Out of me?
Yeah.
Hey, wait, before you start. I actually look, see, this is what I'm talking about. Fan interaction. We got a question. We got a question from a fan. Why do they call you Big Fridge, Joel? That's what I'm told.
Why do they call me that?
Yeah.
Oh no, I play this game Among Us, right? And I put
No, that's not what we call him that.
All
That's not what
right.
we call him
Let's
that.
get this answered and let's get the truth.
That's what we play.
He did his dance.
Oh yeah, the dance was big time.
nobody do nothing.
There's a big country too, right? Anthony, aren't you big country?
Yes, sir.
Where'd that come from?
That's understandable.
Because I moved from Oklahoma. So when I was in 8th grade, when I moved from Evan, I said when I moved from Oklahoma to 8th grade, it was Oklahoma. And then when I moved to John Paul, Coach Fillmore from John Paul, he was like, let's go to big country because you're big and white.
And then what about Jabriel? I know that you on your back plate last year. I always was curious. Bugga Nation, what is that? BUGA, what is that?
Well, okay.
AB.
Okay, well, that's really from AB. That was from
From the mud. From the mud. Yeah.
So Joel got let off, right? So we still didn't get the answer.
Yeah, what was the answer?
So why did
Plays
they call you
Among
Big
Us.
Fridge?
That's all we got out of him.
Yeah.
Well, I pretty much.
He did this dance.
Yeah, it was on TikTok and it went viral.
Oh, dude. So okay. So hey, so if it went on TikTok and it went viral, you shouldn't have a problem showing us right now, right?
It didn't go viral.
It was like one of those low-key videos.
No.
We got 5 people in here that will send us that link. So
Yeah.
I think I deleted it.
I still have
no.
it. I still have it.
I think I got it. Let me see.
Hey, y'all, if y'all got it, you know where to send it. You know where to send it. All right. So go back to Justin's question. I'm sorry.
Yeah, let people know what they would get out of a kid like you, Anthony. What's something you'd like to hit on?
That I'm loyal to the sport. Like I'll never turn against it. Even though when there's like up and downs, if we lose, I'm still loyal to the sport.
Joel?
I'm just a coachable player. I'm just a really coachable player, pretty much. That's what they'll get at me.
Really?
I think, basically, want to get someone like who's very passionate, who's just very passionate about the sport.
Austin?
I'm a dog. I'm gonna get it from the mud regardless.
John?
One thing is, I hustle every play, no matter what.
They'll call him Mr. Hustle.
Mr. Hustle.
Hustle man, that's Hustle man right there, man.
Yeah.
What about you, Andrew?
I feel like I'm just a player that's gonna sell out like all the time, like regardless like what's going on. I'm gonna just give it my all.
I remember what I was gonna ask now. Against Vets, you played defense, Andrew. Well, and Justin and I talk about this all the time. We saw it a couple years ago when Rocky Morris was at Goliad. He was their quarterback, great athlete, but he was also playing safety, right? He was the starting safety. At a 3A school, you understand that, right? You didn't got the numbers. Sometimes you're forced. You want to put your best athlete on the field, and sometimes it's your quarterback. Now you go to these bigger schools where you got more bodies. You got a little luxury there, right? So, how did that feel playing defense again, man? How'd you feel after the game? How'd you feel 2 days after the game?
That game was
That man's ankle was hurt.
I haven't played defense probably since like 8th grade. Low key though, they know what's up with me at safety though. my team knows what's at safety though. If I wasn't playing QB, they know where I'll be.
Yeah, I tell you what, man, that's a pretty selfless move there. Given what you have on one side of the ball, and going. If they asked you, you went and played, no problems, man. You went, you did it, and you did it for the team. That's a good move, man.
Hey, y'all got any dirt or anything funny about Coach Evans or Coach Chavez?
You gotta get us in trouble, man. Relax.
Yeah, we didn't want that.
They don't want to run.
Yeah, we'll ask after the season, man.
Anonymous DMs.
What is it?
Say anonymous DMs.
Unknown caller.
Yeah, there you go.
We're gonna have that KD, that little burner phone.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Star 6-7 back in the day.
Yeah, get one of them track phones. Can't track it anywhere, man. All right, guys. Again, thanks for your time, man. We know you guys got things to do. Y'all got a day of school tomorrow. Y'all got more work to put in, and y'all got to bug in tomorrow night, man. But again, thanks for taking the time, guys. We know it's late. Y'all had practice today. Y'all had other stuff y'all got to do, so y'all probably tired. Austin's got to get his tacos in. Whatever, man.
They'll see us around probably as the season keeps on going.
Yeah, definitely.
We'll be lurking around the sidelines here and there.
Sure.
But guys, good luck. Good luck tomorrow night. Good luck on the rest of the season, man. Hopefully y'all finish the season injury free, and y'all keep going as long as y'all can, man.
Appreciate you.
Pray for that
Guys,
rematch.
Yep, guys, thanks for tuning in, man. And
Appreciate you.
here's one
Appreciate
quarter of
you.
your Miller Buccaneers.